We're continuing now talking about the fucking government and getting my mother her fucking Epic.
Epic.
Yeah, let's hear.
Epic.
Fucking
Epic
asshole.
through Social Security, her Medicare bullshit for her, just for her fucking pills.
Yeah,
I got a
Yeah.
letter. I got a letter here.
yeah. Let's talk about it.
I could show you the second letter they sent me because they sent it to me twice because these cocksuckers. I don't
This
know.
is John Mutzer
what
ranting.
what they figure they're going to get from an 80-year-old fucking woman who can't even remember that she had a. Yeah, shut up.
I can't remember what she ate for breakfast.
She doesn't even remember that she had an English muffin for breakfast, and she has one every fucking morning. She's supposed to fill out these.
This, yeah. All right, go on.
Okay, so here's right from the beginning.
Yeah, let's do it.
They.
Let's do it. Fuck. I mean, you gotta laugh because this shit's so fucking
It's
sad.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
This is
They got their
fucking
they got their
government
60
health
votes.
care.
They got their 60 votes.
Yeah.
Cocksuckers. But
60 fucking votes.
she
is
doesn't even
fucking-
remember she had an English muffin for breakfast. Okay, so. Okay, I get a letter. She gets a letter. She gets a letter. She's 79 years old.
It's my mom.
She gets a letter in the mail from New York State, Epic. It's a benefit that they give to Medicare.
It's time to do your annual elections. It happens every year.
Anyway, they require further information to make sure she qualifies. She qualified last year. Why wouldn't she qualify this year? Because she maybe got a job? I don't know.
Yeah.
So they need a copy of her proof of her Social Security, how much she gets every month on her Social Security, either a check stub or a copy of her bank statement where it's direct deposit. So all right, I got that. I just take her bank statement with the direct deposit. I blacked everything else out so they don't know anything else, just what they asked for. They need a copy of her Medicare card, which I would imagine the motherfuckers would have somewhere in their little files. But they got to get the 79-year-old to go out somewhere in traffic and find
Make a
place
copy.
to make copies.
Make a copy.
Yeah, make a copy.
A 79-year-old, make a fucking copy. They don't fucking have the records.
They have the records. You know they have.
Yeah,
the
they're so
records.
fucking
But, yeah.
government.
Don't-
Liberals, hear it.
Okay, that supplemental insurance that she might have. She has AARP supplemental insurance, so I have to give a. They want
Why you got two?
a copy of her a stub, a payment slip, stub. Yeah, fucking put toothpicks for Christ's sake. So they want a copy of how much she has to pay for her AARP insurance, and they want a copy of the payment stub that she has, and they want a copy of the AARP ID card that she has, and they all have, they want all the numbers, which basically is her fucking Social Security number, which they have, you would think.
Really,
Okay.
really.
And they needed a copy. This is what it said. A copy of her pension. How much she gets every month for her pension. They wanted a stub. Just to document how much she got for her pension. So I went through and I gathered all of this bullshit that she never would have been able to do.
Never.
Never would have
This
been
is the game of the government.
So if I wasn't here, this shit would be in a pile in the corner of the table, and this is to let me see what it tells me here. What it is. As soon as you receive your, she will be eligible to receive an additional $96.40 in her monthly Social Security check. So this is important to give her $96 more a month in her Social Security if she provides all this information. So of course they don't want her to provide the information.
Of course not. That's why they
stuff it up
want
her
to
ass.
stuff it up the ass
So
hard.
it's going to reduce the co-pays for her medication and everything else. Well, she's going to set it aside. It's never going to happen. They're going to keep collecting their $96. It's a bunch of bullshit. Except I'm on top of it, okay? So I mail all of this shit in. And there's a deadline for all of this, too. There's a deadline. And it's closing in. I mean, it's inching to where she's no longer eligible if we don't get all this fucking information in. Well, I got the information in enough time for them to send me another fucking letter telling me that they require additional information.
Unfucking believable.
I gave them all the information they asked for now. And I got on the phone with them and I started screaming at them on the phone. And Epic blamed Medicare, the government.
don't we want them in our health care?
Well, they got their 60 votes, so we're pretty much we're going to be lucky. We're going to all have.
Let's what's the word? Repeal. That's the only thing on the fucking Republicans'
wait.
platform in 2010. Repeal. Go on.
let's-
All right.
Let me
Go on.
finish because
All right.
And then can we go?
they didn't have
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, yeah.
They didn't have
Been
enough
relaxing
information.
all day.
All
They
right.
need documentation of her 2009 pension for September and October. November wasn't enough. They need September and October. Oh, well, she rips the check off and deposits it and throws the stub away every month. Because why would she think any different? Why would she keep bullshit like
Should
that
have said,
around?
you got a copy of your pay stub from last month?
Exactly. Yeah. Wow, these fucking people don't. I would.
This is a racket.
I was ready to jump through the phone.
It's a fucking racket,
So
man.
I'm on the phone with this woman from APEC, and she says, well, you have to, the Medicare requires that you send in the documentation for September and October. We can't process this without that information. I said, we don't have that information. She goes, well, you're going to have to contact her pension plan and see if they can send you documentation like a check, a cancer check or something, a copy of the check. You know, and you only have 10 days to get this done. So you better get on. You better get on it. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. So I call her pension people. Luckily, they're on to what a pack of assholes these people are that are doing all this. Anybody that'll sit on this job, anybody that holds this fucking job and puts these old people through this kind of shit, they should fucking burn in hell for eternity.
I agree.